What's going on, guys? My name's Xeric, and today I'm going through the stats you need to be able to raid in Old School. I'm going through all 3 raids in release order, starting with the Chambers of Xeric. In terms of skills, it's almost required to have at least 78 Herblore. If you're an Iron Man, this is a must, but regular players can have other people make potions for them. 78 Herblore unlocks the strong Buchu potions, which are a necessity for fighting Olm, but having level 90 Herblore helps even more, allowing you to make the top tier of overload potions. Having 90 also allows you to make super combats for pre-potting. Having a decent farming level is helpful too, and with at least 55, you'll be able to plant all of the herbs. It's not required to have a high farming level, but having a higher level means you get more herbs per patch. Aside from herblore and farming, it also helps dramatically if you have a high mining level. This is because the Guardian's Room damage scales off your mining level, so having at least level 70 is recommended. Also, there's a fair bit of running in the Chambers of Xeric, so you should aim to have at least 70 agility before going in. This leaves you with enough run energy for Olm and for getting through the rooms. In terms of combat stats, for Chambers of Xeric, you need all 3 attack styles, so having at least 80s in all of the combat stats is strongly recommended. You could get away with lower combat stats if your team is good, but if you want to contribute sufficiently, you should aim for at least 80s. Iron Men should aim to have higher combat stats. This is because gear is more accessible to mains, so to make up for the gear difference, Iron Men should aim to get their combat as high as possible. The next raid is the Theater of Blood, and this one doesn't really have any skilling. However, having a high agility level will help with run energy. For Iron Man, you do need the Herblore levels to make your own potions, which will also include a fair bit of farming. But with the Theater of Blood, it's recommended to have higher combat stats than Chambers, mostly because the Theater of Blood bosses can be a little harder. You want at least 85s in the combat stats here, as well as 77 prayer for all of the prayers. Having 94 magic helps a lot, allowing you to cast Ice Barrage. Even having 90s in the combat stats is going to help tremendously, but with a good team, you can get away with having 85s. Now, the final raid is the Tombs of Amascut, which is Old School's most recent raid. For this, you do need to have a decent mining level if you want to do it effectively. This is because the Akka puzzle room scales off your mining level. At least level 70 is recommended, but having level 85 will help a lot since you can complete the room in 1 down. Having 85 is best with a dragon pickaxe, so if you have a rune pickaxe, you might even need a higher mining level. In terms of combat stats, the Tombs of Amascut could actually be considered to be an easier raid, depending on the invocations. So having 75s to 80s in the combat stats will be enough. You do need a decent team to survive with those stats, but it's definitely doable. For Iron Man, the stat requirements are the same, but again, since getting gear on an Iron Man is harder, you may consider going for higher combat stats. Anyways, those were the stats you need for raids. If you enjoyed or learned something today, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more Old School content. Thanks for watching.